Hello students, welcome in today's lesson. So in this video we are going to focus about very interesting, very important concept which is called Introduction to Computer Algorithm. In this video we are going to discuss about 5 things that related to computer algorithm. Firstly, we will see the introduction to computer algorithm, then the characteristics of algorithm, role and structure of algorithms, then design of algorithms. Finally, we will see the read and write functions in algorithm. We will also see the syntax of algorithm, and we will also make the simple example of program by using algorithm so as to be aware of how it works. Without delaying, let's dive into introduction. If you are a student and want to study computer science or you are learning to code, then there is a chance you have to hear a logarithm. Simply, an algorithm is a set of instructions that performs a particular actions. Or algorithm is the step-by-step procedure that specifies how to perform a specific task or solve a problem. An algorithm takes input and produces desired output. Before we continue to the characteristics of a logarithm, I hope that everyone now is be able to define and explain what logarithm is. So, in the characteristics of a logarithm, there are around 5 main characteristics of a logarithm. A logarithm must be clear and unambiguous. So this means that each statement in the logarithm must be clear and lead to only one meaning so as to avoid the ambiguous. The second characteristic is well-defined input and output. Means that the input and output must be defined well so as to avoid the confusion with the processing of that information. This means that the algorithm should specify input it takes and the output it produces. The third one is a finiteness. The algorithm must terminate after finite number of steps. Of course, the algorithm, as the other programs, must start point and terminate point. The fourth one is a feasibility. This means that the logarithm should be practical and executable with available resources. So let's go to the last one, which is language independent. This means that a logarithm should be written in a way that can be implemented in any programming language. Let's continue to the third topic, which is law and structure of algorithms. But before continue, make sure that now you will be able to explain what algorithm is and to give at least 5 characteristics of an algorithm. So the main role of algorithm is to support programmers in design and implement computer programs that solve a problem. Example, consider a problem of finding the shortest route to travel between Kigali and Kinshasa. To solve this problem, a logarithm design follows a structure approach outlined below. Firstly, the programmer analyzes the problem to come up with problem specification. The problem specification defines input, processing, and output. After, map the problem specification into algorithm that defines the logic or procedure for solving a problem. Then, once an algorithm has been designed and tested against problem specifications, implement it as a program using suitable programming language. Finally, the program is installed on computers or portable devices so as to solve the problems. The topic number 4 is design of algorithms. In this topic, we will see how algorithm is designed by using different procedures. An algorithm can be expressed in many ways, such as using natural languages, persuade code, and flowcharts. But to avoid the ambiguous, most programmers prefer using structured designed tools like persuade code and flowcharts so as to avoid the confusion. Let us attack the last topic, which is read and write functions. Functions are self-contained group of statements that accomplish specific tasks. In a logarithm, the read function gets data from input device like keyboard, while write function prints output on the device such as screen as output device. Let us see what are in the read functions. To represent read functions in a logarithm, we use keywords like read, input, and get. For example, read x, input x, or get x. All these statement is the same as to read the x from input device such as keyboard. Then let's go in write functions. Like in read operations, we use a keyword like write, display, and show to represent functions that display information on the screen. For example, write sum, display sum, or show sum. All of these statements are used to display sum in the screen as output device. As I told you before finish our session, let's see the syntax of a logarithm. The syntax of a logarithm is follows. A logarithm must start with begin or start keywords. Then to input you can use input keyword. For example, input num1, input num2, and so on. For each input variable, we'll use read keyword like read value number 1, value number 2, and so on. And then the processing of program like addition, multiplication, division, and so on. Then to print output, we use print keyword. For example, print value 1, value 2, and so on. Then a logarithm must end with keyword end or stop. Let's see an example of simple logarithm. This logarithm is designed to print the sum of three numbers and average of those numbers. So as we have told, the logarithm must start with begin keyword. Begin. Then to represent input variables, we use input keyword. For example, you see input number 1, number 2, and number 3. Then we will outputting sum and average. So to represent it, we use output keyword. Output sum and the average. Then print enter number on the keyboard. This print keyword shows us the message says that enter number on the keyboard. Then to read variables, we use read keyword. You see read number 1, number 2, number 3. Then to computing sum is in the section of processing. Sum will be equal to number 1 plus number 2 plus number 3. Also average is in the section of processing. You see average will be equal to sum divided by 3. Then to display a result, we use print as keyword used to display a result. You see print average. Then as we have told, the logarithm must end with end keyword. Though a logarithm is very important and easy to implement program, but there is also some disadvantages of a logarithm. So at the end of this session, these are the summary of advantages and disadvantages of a logarithm. So, and I also remind you that if you are not subscribed, please make it now and tap on the bell so as to get all notifications from our YouTube channel. So see you in the next time. Thank you for watching.